When Season 3 of the Orville first aired, everyone noticed how much more technologically advanced everything looked. The ships had a lot more detail, the shuttles looked different, and we were introduced to the new Pterodon class of fighter ships. Why did the Orville universe not snap back to the way it was in previous seasons? Well, it all started in a multiverse not so far away on The Road Not Taken. In The Road Not Taken, we find two masked figures scavenging for supplies at an abandoned Union listening post on Saren 4. With only enough time to grab a resynthesizer, both men must flee as a Kalon patrol arrive to take them out. It's Ed and Gordon who have been on the run ever since the Kalon destroyed Earth 9 months ago. They escape Saren 4 but are pursued by a sphere hiding in an asteroid field. But Gordon is able to turn the tables on them by flying through a cavernous ice moon.
Okay, go!
Alive for now, but not sure where to find safety, Gordon and Ed fire up their newly found resynthesizer, finally allowing them for the first time in a long time to eat real food.
One Twinkie.
Really?
I wanted a Twinkie. You want half?
Yes, I want half.
Suddenly, their shuttle gets caught in the tractor beam of a scavenger ship that drags them in. Ed and Gordon, ready for a fight, get boarded by the scavenger ship's crew. And it actually turns out to be Kelly, Claire, John, and Tala. Ed recognizes Kelly as the girl who broke his heart 7 years ago. Kelly lets them know that the starship Orville, the vessel that the Kalon used to invade Earth 9 months ago, is a ship he was supposed to be the captain of, with her as his second in command. And everyone at the table were his crew. That this is an alternate timeline she created when she decided to end their relationship, and that the Kalon were supposed to be defeated because he was the captain of the Orville.
Because I was captain.
Yes.
I had to swim with my shirt on until I was 20.
Just listen.
Claire explains that the reason the memory wipe didn't work is because Kelly's brain has a beta-scroatase protein deficiency. If they're able to travel back in time using the Aronov device, inject past Kelly with the protein, and perform the memory wipe again, the timeline should be restored. Only problem is they don't have access to the protein, but John says he knows where they can get some protein. No, not like that, you perverts. The reunited Orville crew arrive to get the protein from the resistance leader at a rebel base on planet Endor, who also turns out to be an old friend.
You probably wouldn't believe me if I told you.
I've already learned not to believe anything you say, but try me.
Wait a minute, did John and Alara have a thing in the alternate timeline? What? John, you dog, you. Just as Alara gives Claire the pickle juice protein needed for the memory wipe, the Kalon begin attacking the base. The rebels provide cover to give Ed and the crew time to escape and end up exploding their own base to keep it out of Kalon hands. Oh my god, Alara, no! The Kalon make chase and the Orville crew must hide in the gravity well of a black hole to evade their pursuers.
This deep inside the gravity well of a black hole, time moves more slowly for us than it does for them. For every second we're in here, a couple of hours pass out there.
Once free, they set a course for Earth because they need the Aronov device in order to travel back in time to perform the wipe. And they believe the Orville is currently intact at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. In orbit, they're met by the lifeless corpse they once called home. Earth has been completely destroyed, you guys. We're not in Kansas anymore because there is no Kansas anymore. Well, that's not so bad, I guess. No longer safe aboard the freighter, the entire crew, including Ty and Marcus, head down in a shuttle to try and find the Orville submerged at the bottom of the Marianas Trench. Once aboard the heavily damaged ship, they come across Lieutenant Commander Bordas, who has been living alone for the last 9 months, surviving off emergency rations, the hope of seeing his family again, and I assume by also getting daily injections at his holographic sex lagoons.
You have had enough injections.
Having been brought up to speed, Bordas gives command over to Ed and Kelly, and the crew work together to set the Orville free from its watery grave. Oh wait, sorry you guys, that's the Meg.
Oh my god. Look at that shark. It's pretty big.
The Orville finally back where it belongs, amongst the stars. The final piece of the timeline puzzle is using Aronov's anti-banana ray to send Claire back. But they learn that Isaac never finished his calculations, and John can't get the device to work without them.
Oh, I'm good, but I'm not that good.
He devises a plan to fill in the blanks, uploading Isaac's consciousness into a deactivated unit by tapping into the Kaylon network. But it means the Kaylon will immediately know where to find them.
Your species' extinction is inevitable. It will be far more efficient to surrender.
Not today, my man.
John is able to get the Aronov device working, but they'll need to park the ship and divert all power from the quantum engines to it. With all power being diverted to the time device, the crew put their lives on the line to save the galaxy from annihilation. With a flash of bright white, Claire is successfully transported, and the alternate timeline versions of the Orville crew are all safe. Oh no! I mean, they're dead. They're all dead. It's 7 years in the past, and Kelly is waking up the morning after her first date with Ed. She resynthesizes some coffee because the best part of waking up is reatomized Folgers in your cup. She disappears, no doubt being transported tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow to the future. She soon reappears on her kitchen floor after being sent back to restore the timeline. But we all know the memory wipe didn't work. You're not fooling anybody, Kelly. Just then, alternate Claire appears, injects Kelly with the Mocklin nicotine addiction serum, some pickle juice courtesy of Alara, and performs the mind wipe before vanishing to oblivion. Kelly is then awoken by Ed, who's calling to ask her out on a second date, and she says,
I'd love it.
Huzzah! The timeline is saved, JP!
Yeah, I know, Anger Nerd Troll. Where have you been?
Oh, I've just been around doing stuff. You know how I do.
Cool, bud. See you later.
Bye!
Meanwhile, Ed is still trying to learn what is kiss.
What's a little kiss or two? A wee little kiss among friends.
Is this like one of those crack house ships I've been hearing about?
Oh, wow, you guys. The Orville Season 8 finale was incredible. I can't believe Gordon and Kelly's baby turned out to be a krill in disguise, but I wasn't surprised at all that Isaac's new nipple blasters ended up taking down Mirror Universe Admiral Halsey. I mean, they set that up back in Season 5. Hey, what's going on? Who are you? I'm JP from 7 years in the future. I needed some space, so I thought I'd come back here and record my Orville review. Oh, no, not this time-traveling nonsense again. Get out of here, future JP. Fine, have it your way, dude. I'll just be on my way, even though something does need to be done about your kids, jerk. Wait a minute. What's wrong with my kids? They don't watch the Orville. What? That's impossible. Ed and Kelly together means we get to live in a utopian vision of the future that carries the torch, first ignited by Gene Roddenberry oh so many years ago. Ed plus Kelly equals Star Trek. Ed minus Kelly equals a dystopian future with all sentient life in the galaxy on the run, trying to stay alive, rebelling against their new Kaylon overlords who want nothing more than to destroy them. Basically Battlestar Galactica. But this Kelly universe paid tribute to so many great sci-fi series besides BSG. At first glance, the crew in their rebel brown coats reminded me a lot of Firefly. We all know about Seth Trek. Well, The Road Not Taken introduces us to Seth Wars, with planet Hoth being represented, a rebel base on Endor. We visit the Gungans of Naboo. Is that the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon? Dogfights in an asteroid field? Yaphet answering the door like he works at Jabba's palace? The list goes on and on. Even though I'm Team Tala all the way because she actually serves on the ship and she's awesome, it was really nice having Halston Sage return as Alara Katan. I'm guessing that in this timeline, she still ended up leaving the Orville due to her gravity issues and got replaced by Tala because Tala said that she served on the Orville under Captain Griffith. I'm also assuming that Alara decided to come out of retirement to lead a resistance cell because of her superior strength, military training, and the fact that she had a connection to the Orville that was used to invade Earth. And it's obvious that her and John were in some sort of relationship by the way they were talking to each other, and John seems to be the one who did the dumping. Not cool, dude. Unless you left Alara for Ensign Turco, then I understand. And it's nice to know that even in this alternate timeline, Alara was also able to overcome her fear of fire.
Oh my god, Alara, no!
And the fact that most of the adventure took place without the USS Orville kind of reminded me of Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. And I'm sorry to break it to you, Mr. Scott, but there be no whales here because the Kaylon are dicks. The Road Not Taken Taken was written by David A. Goodman, directed by Gary Rake, and the music was composed by Joel McNeely. The theme music by Bruce Broughton was removed due to time constraints. Digital effects supervisor Brandon Fayette created Kelly's scavenger ship, and it's reminiscent of the Horbilak ship from New Dimensions. The finale episode was locked on March 2nd, 2019, but it was still having the finishing touches put on it almost up to its air date. When Claire disappeared from the timeline, it was consistent with Priya Levasque's disappearance in Season 1, Episode 5. The planet Saren 4 in reality should be located in a binary star system called Saren in the Hercules constellation. It can be seen with the naked eye and is about 75 light years from Earth. The Saren 4 scenes were shot at Hemlock Ridge on Mammoth Mountain in California. The forest planet where Alar's rebel base was located was filmed at Griffith Park in Los Angeles. Captain Griffith, the alternate timeline captain of the Orville, might be paying tribute to Griffith Park, but more than likely is a nod to co-executive producer Howard Griffith, pictured here at the Saren 4 Union Listening Station.